what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Tim, back with another video. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about a topic that I've talked about before, but I think it is so important. I think it is so valuable. I think it can have such a big impact on your life that I wanted to do another video about it. And I'm probably going to do 13 more within the next year or a couple years. And that topic is gratitude. Someone asked me the other day, they were like, they know I do like little videos and try to be a motivator. And they're like, what is if someone asks you, like, what's the number one thing you would say to help change someone's life, help someone be happy? And without, missing a beat, I was like, gratitude. I really do think that gratitude is one of the most important as well as one of the easiest ways to find happiness in your life, because it doesn't really require you changing anything other than your mindset. With gratitude, you don't have to go out and get anything new. You don't have to change any behaviors. Like, all you have to do is just be grateful for what you have now, the situation you're already in. Don't have to change anything. Don't have to fix anything. Don't have to buy anything. There's no e-course. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is get the mindset where you are grateful for what you already have. And this works for everybody because all of us have something. All of us have something which we can be grateful for, even if it's just the fact that you are alive and breathing. Even if it's just that you are alive, you got up today, were able to live. If your whole rest of your life is downhill from there, at least you have that. But for most of us, we have way more in our lives to be grateful for. Most of us have so many things we could be grateful for, but what happens is, the reason why a lot of us are unhappy, the reason why there's a lot of like depression and stress and sadness in the world, is because we're trying to live up to a higher standard, or live up to what society says is success, or where we should be in life, or we want what someone else has. We live in a very social media driven age. This is good and bad. The bad part of it is that we constantly get to see what other people are doing. We get to see what other people are achieving, what other people are wearing. And even though in a lot of cases, these people are faking it until they make it, but we just see that. So we're constantly faced with what other people have. This gets us down because a lot of times we want some of that stuff naturally. We want some of that stuff. We want to be doing what they're doing. We want, a lovely mate, spouse like they have. We want the nice family like they appear to have, the happy family life they're pretending to have on Instagram. We want all that. All the time we are being faced with, all the time throughout the day, it's been put in front of us. People living the life we want. And this can make it super hard to be grateful for what we have because we're always striving to get more. And I'm big on goals and wanting more out of life and living your dreams. Of course, I think that's important. But it's also important to be happy with what you have now. The best place to be in life is all about balance. The best place to be in life is when you're grateful for what you have, and then you're also actively working to achieve your dreams. You're grateful for what you have, feel blessed to have it, genuinely feel blessed to have it. Not just saying that. You didn't just put #blessed on the front of your car, but you genuinely feel blessed and grateful to have what you have. Be living the life you're living, but you're also trying to level up. That's the best place to be in life. But for a lot of times, in society most of us grew up in, it's always about getting more. Like you see, millionaires who want to be like triple millionaires. Is that a thing, a triple? I don't know. You see really rich people trying to get even more rich. And you're just like, why? And it's in our society is preached to always want more, bigger, better, whatever. And so we can find ourselves living a very comfortable life, especially a lot of us in Western civilization, United States, Europe, places like that. We can be living very comfortable lives. We can be living a life that 80% of the world would kill to have. We're like the poorest rich people in the world here in America. We're the poorest the poorest rich people in the world. Like we could be making $30,000 a year and think that we're just not making it and not successful. You're making less than that and be doing better than 70% of the world. You're like, oh, I'm only making $30,000 a year. There's people who make $3,000 a year. Okay? We can be living a great life. We could be, oh man, I wish my family life was happier. There's some people who don't have a family life. There's some people who have no family whatsoever. They feel like they're traveling through this world absolutely alone. There's people who get up, go to work, come home to nobody. There's people who die and nobody knows about it for like years. They smell them. They end up smelling them dead in the house because they have nobody in their life. So, you know, in whatever situation we're in, whatever situation you're in, I'm in, gratitude is the key. Just taking an inventory of what you do have. Taking an inventory of the people you do have in your life, the loved ones you do have in your life, the financial situation that you are in, you know, the fact that you even have a job. I preach a lot about finding a side hustle, starting your own business, but at the end of the day, those of us who still have to work to pay the bills should first start off being grateful we have a job. Being grateful we have a job that allows us to pay our bills. That's, you know, gratitude. Being grateful for, you know, just being able to get up and even to be able to go to work. Okay. You know, just being able in good enough health to go to work. You know, that's a big one. Like, health is wealth. The older I get, the more I'm saying, like, your health is probably at the top of the list. If you are like super healthy, boom, what else can, you know, hey, that's gratitude. That's like the height of it. Wake up every morning, you're super healthy, embrace it. I know when I was younger and was like really healthy and didn't have, you know, any health problems at all, really, I didn't appreciate how big of a blessing that was. Had a lot of bad days when in hindsight, I was like, man, them days were great just because I was feeling so good. You get a little older, your body starts to break down a little bit. You start to pay for a lot of that dumb stuff you did as a kid when you was younger. You pay for all that, by the way, young folks. Not to scare you, but you know, the days you are in good health are you're in good enough health to actually, you know, get up and do what you have to do for that day. That's a win. That's something to be grateful for. Like, we all have things, little small things. You know, the fact that we're able to, you know, get out and do some fun stuff when we want to. You know, the fact you're able to spend some time with your kids, you know, the fact that you have a car to drive back and forth to work if you need one, or to get where you need to go. The fact that you were able to eat today. You know, the basic stuff we do. The fact that you were, you know, all of us, I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video ate something today. If you didn't, turn this video off and go get you some foods. Get down to the food bank. Let's eat. But the fact that we were able to eat today multiple times, most of us. Multiple times. There's some people who eat once a day and they're lucky to get that. Google Venezuela. Google Venezuela, see what's going on there. People are eating one time a day. Sometimes they don't eat at all because they want their kids to eat. The little bit of food they got goes to the kids. So to be able to eat 3 times a day and pick what I eat, pick what we eat, have choices, fresh fruits and vegetables, that's crazy. That's gratitude through the roof. I mean, I ordered something on Amazon earlier today, and it just occurred to me, like, how blessed I am to, like, pretty much anything that pops in my head, I can hop on my cell phone. Blessed to have a cell phone. Hop on my cell phone, order it, and in 2 days I get it. Pretty much anything I can think of. It's very rare that I think of something I want or need, and they don't have it on Amazon. You know what I mean? That's huge. Like, stuff like that we take for granted. We're just like, oh, modern technology. But we got to be grateful for all that. For every little thing, if you're grateful for it, for all, especially the major things, if you're grateful for it, when you are feeling down, when you're not feeling well, when bad things do happen, instead of focusing on the bad, if you turn that around and focus on the good that you still have going on, I promise you, you've got so much stuff to be grateful for in your life, you won't have time. You won't have time to think about the bad stuff. There's so much good stuff going on. You know, today I was blessed to, I've never been at this location before. I just like followed a trail from employee housing. It took me up here, and it actually leads to a hike I'm gonna do next week that I've been wanting to do. But just something like that, I'm just like, it's so, I was walking, I just felt so happy and so blessed, like, ooh, to be exploring a new area, something I've never seen. It doesn't always have to be big stuff, people. You know, the little stuff in life, just when you're able to spend an hour or two on a Saturday doing your hobby, you know, or exploring or traveling or writing or painting or photography or whatever it is you like to do, like, don't take any of that for granted. That's a blessing. You should be so grateful for that. And the cool thing about gratitude too is when you're grateful, a natural extension of that is like helping others. When you're grateful and you feel blessed and you realize you don't deserve any of all these blessings you have in your life, then you naturally want to help others. And I think that's where our society is in a lot of trouble. We live in such an entitlement era. Everyone feels they deserve something. Somebody owes them something. When you feel like you deserve and people owe you, there's no desire to pay it forward. Because you feel like you haven't got what you're owed. Why should I give somebody else something? That's the era we live in today. That's the world we live in today. And that's why so many people, are living such screwed up, bad lives, is because those of us, a lot of us in the position to help them, don't. Those of us in positions to have extra income, disposable income that we spend on all this crazy stuff we think we're entitled to, a lot of that, if we lived in a way more grateful world, would be going to the people who need it. Like in the old days when we lived in tribes and villages and things like that, the collective helped everyone out. We don't do that anymore. We're so busy looking out for me, gimme, nobody gives. But when you're grateful and you feel blessed for what you have, you don't mind giving. Like, you want to give. You want others to have what you have. You want everyone to feel as blessed. And then it just gets paid forward. It gets passed on. When those people receive from you, they feel blessed for getting that from you. When they get back on their feet or whatever, they pass on. A lot of times, even before they get back on their feet, they're helping other people out. It becomes a cycle. That's how you change the world. If we live in a world full of gratitude, where everyone felt grateful for the beautiful, wonderful lives they have, a lot of these problems we have would go away. So I think for each one of us, it's like an obligation, a responsibility to work on our gratitude. And it's just a mindset. Next time you feel yourself, just feeling down and not liking your situation in life, or depressed, just stop and think of like 5 things you're happy to have in your life, 5 things you're grateful for. And here's the thing. I think a lot of times people think like gratitude is something that'll hit you one day. You'll just be sitting and like, boom, suddenly like gratitude will hit you upside the head and you'll start being a grateful person. No, you start learning to be grateful when you're not feeling grateful. Like when you're in a bad space. That's when you have to pick up gratitude. And it's the key to get you out of that bad space. So a lot of people are like, man, I wish I felt grateful, wish I felt blessed. Like, you have to acquire that. You have to actively do that. But like I said, the good thing is it doesn't cost anything. You just have to take the time and sit and be like, hey, what's good in my life? And a lot of times we got some really good stuff going on that we don't appreciate because our mindset's wrong. But once you get your mindset turned around and you're just grateful to be able to get out of bed, breathe, eat, sleep, grateful to have a comfortable bed or even a place with a roof over it to sleep in. When you get to that space, well, then life gets a lot better because you realize that life is so much good. Even on the bad days, even during the bad times, you realize there's still so much good, none of which we as humans have earned. It was just given to us. And that just increases your happiness. When you're constantly thinking about good things, you're naturally going to be happier. Even during the bad times, your happiness level is going to be higher than it would be if you're just dwelling on the bad. So, just wanted to turn the camera on, talk a little bit about gratitude. I would love if in the comment box below, you left 5 things that you're grateful for. And I will do it when I post this video. I'll pin my comment. I'll list 5 things I'm grateful for. I would love to hear yours because I know you got some. If you got more than that, if you moved, just list 20, 30, 40, whatever. Let's go. Let's talk about it. I'll talk to y'all later.